Most people think the secret to getting rich is hidden somewhere out of reach, like only a select few ever discover it. But the truth is far simpler and far more brutal. Wealth isn't about luck or connections. It's about choices. Every decision you make with your money either pushes you closer to freedom or traps you deeper in the grind. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract money while others repel it? It's not magic, it's mindset. The way you think about money determines how money treats you. And that's exactly where every journey to financial freedom begins. Inside your head. The best financial advice you'll ever hear is this: change your mindset before you change your strategy. Because if you think like the poor, even the best strategy won't save you. But if you think like the rich, even the smallest move will compound into something massive over time. The poor chase comfort. The rich chase growth. The poor see money as something to spend. The rich see money as something to plant, like a seed. Most people want to look rich right now. The rich are willing to look broke for years to stay rich forever. That's the mindset difference that creates millionaires quietly while everyone else scrolls through social media pretending to live large. You have to ask yourself a hard question. Are you chasing approval or freedom? Because you can't have both. Most people sell their future for temporary pleasure. They buy to feel better, not to get better. They spend to escape boredom instead of building for purpose. And that's why their money disappears faster than it comes in. First, understand this. Money is a tool, not a trophy. It's not meant to show off your success, it's meant to buy your freedom. The moment you stop chasing money to impress others and start using it to create control over your life, you'll begin to see how the wealthy truly think. They don't use money to look powerful. They use money to become untouchable. Real power is waking up and knowing your time belongs to you, not to an employer or a client. That's the first and most important lesson. Every man who has ever built true wealth learned that control is the real currency. Not control over others, but control over your time, decisions, and direction. Most people waste their best years building someone else's dream. They trade their time for a paycheck without realizing that the paycheck itself is designed to keep them dependent. The rich break that cycle early. They use their income to buy back time through assets, businesses, and investments. The goal isn't to quit work, it's to own your work. The moment you own the machine, instead of running inside it, you start winning. Second, never trade your time for money forever. Your job can start your wealth journey, but it should never define it. As long as you're trading hours for dollars, you're capping your potential. The rich look for leverage. They build systems, investments, and income streams that work even when they sleep. If your income stops the moment you stop working, you're not free yet. You're renting your time. And time is the one thing you can never buy back. Every dollar you earn from passive income is a piece of your life you reclaim. Most people spend 40 years working to enjoy 10 years of retirement. The wealthy reverse that. They spend 10 years building systems that let them live free for the next 40. That's leverage. They understand the formula. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. Third, control your emotions before you control your money. Most men let fear and impulse dictate their financial life. They panic when markets drop, they overspend when they feel stressed, and they chase trends when they feel left out. The rich don't operate like that. They understand that emotions destroy wealth faster than bad investments ever could. When the crowd gets greedy, the rich get cautious. When the crowd gets fearful, the rich get curious. That's why they win. They know that money rewards patience and punishes panic. You can't grow wealth if you treat money like a roller coaster of emotions. Discipline will make you richer than intelligence ever will. You can read every book, watch every video, and learn every tactic. But if you can't sit still when others are losing their minds, you'll never build anything lasting. Master yourself first. Money follows calm, not chaos. Fourth, spend less than you earn. Not because you want to live small, but because you want to live free. The man who saves aggressively today is the man who sleeps peacefully tomorrow. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about delaying gratification so you can build something lasting. Most people think saving is boring. The rich know saving is power. Because every dollar saved is a soldier that can go to war for you through investments while you focus on building your empire. You don't save money to hoard it. You save to give yourself leverage. The ability to say no to things that don't serve you. The ability to take risks without begging for permission. The ability to walk away from toxic jobs or fake relationships because you're not financially desperate. That's what real freedom feels like. It's not about having everything. It's about not needing everything. And that starts with control over your spending. Fifth, make your money work harder than you do. This is where most people fail. They think working harder equals earning more, but effort without strategy is wasted energy. The wealthy understand leverage. They use their money to make more money through assets, stocks, businesses, or real estate. The average man works for money. The rich make money work for them. And that simple shift separates the free from the enslaved. When you invest, your dollars become employees. Each dollar has one mission: to bring back more dollars. Most people fire their employees the moment they get them by spending everything they earn. The rich keep their money employed 24/7 until those employees build an army of cash flow that never stops growing. That's how compounding works. It's not magic, it's mathematics. Even a small investment today can become something life-changing if you give it time. But you have to start. You have to trust the process and let your money grow while you stay consistent. Think about this. What if you treated every dollar like a soldier? Would you waste it on things that fade in weeks, or would you send it into battle to bring back reinforcements? Wealth is built by discipline, not desire. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a consistent one. Start with saving, move to investing, and never stop learning. The rich don't have different opportunities. They have different priorities. They choose patience over impulse, ownership over consumption, and strategy over emotion. That's why they rise while others remain stuck. 6. Control your desires before they control you. One of the biggest reasons men stay broke isn't lack of opportunity, it's lack of control. Every ad, every app, every influencer is trying to make you spend. They sell you comfort disguised as happiness. But the man who masters his desires masters his destiny. Financial success starts with emotional discipline. When you see a new car, an expensive watch, or a luxury vacation and feel that instant craving, that's not you. It's your impulses trying to control your future. Every time you say no to unnecessary spending, you say yes to freedom. Delayed gratification is the real flex. The broke man shows off what he has. The rich man builds quietly. Which one are you becoming? Imagine this. 2 men earn the same income. One spends to impress. The other invests to grow. 10 years later, one has memories of parties. The other has ownership of assets. The difference wasn't luck. It was control. 7. Learn the language of money. Money has a language. And if you can't speak it, you'll always be a servant to those who can. The language of money is numbers, ratios, cash flow, compounding, and leverage. Most people avoid this because they think it's too complicated. But you don't need a finance degree, you need curiosity. When you start understanding how money moves, you stop chasing it and start directing it. For example, do you know what your personal balance sheet looks like? Do you know how much your money is working for you while you sleep? Every man should understand the difference between assets and liabilities, between income and cash flow, between growth and speculation. When you understand how to read financial statements, analyze risk, or calculate ROI, you suddenly see through the lies the system feeds you. You stop being manipulated and start being empowered. Knowledge is leverage, and in the financial world, leverage makes millionaires. 8. Don't follow the crowd. Study it. The average man spends his life trying to fit in financially, buying what others buy, doing what others do, hoping to look successful instead of being successful. But the truth is, the crowd is usually broke. The stock market, the crypto market, even real estate, all run on one principle. The majority is usually wrong at the extremes. When everyone's greedy, it's time to be cautious. When everyone's fearful, it's time to prepare. Smart investors don't follow trends blindly. They study them, interpret them, and make moves based on logic, not hype. Think about it. How many people jumped into meme stocks, NFTs, or overpriced housing markets because everyone else was doing it? They ended up losing everything when the hype collapsed. Wealthy men are independent thinkers. They don't need validation. They need results. The crowd laughs at them in the beginning. Later, they're the ones laughing from their penthouses. 9. Build multiple streams of income, but one at a time. Social media loves to tell you to have 7 income streams. They never tell you is this. People can't even manage one. The truth is, you must master one source before multiplying. Your first stream builds your foundation. Your next ones build your empire. Focus creates wealth. Distraction destroys it. A man trying to chase 5 things at once ends up catching none. Start with one skill or business you can scale. Learn it deeply, dominate it, then automate or delegate before adding another stream. The average millionaire didn't start with 7 incomes. They built one solid stream that became the seed for 6 more. You can't diversify if you haven't solidified. So ask yourself, are you building stability or scattering your focus? 10. Don't save to save, save to invest. There's a dangerous myth that saving alone makes you rich. It doesn't. Saving is just the first step. Investing is where the magic happens. Keeping all your money in the bank is like planting seeds and never watering them. Inflation eats at your savings silently every year. The smart man uses saving as a short-term strategy to gather enough capital to invest in assets that grow. Whether it's stocks, index funds, real estate, or your own business, the goal is to make your money reproduce. You should aim to reach a point where your money works harder than you do. Think of saving as storing potential energy and investing as releasing it. The man who only saves lives in fear. The man who invests lives with vision. The difference is mindset. One is survival, the other is creation. 11. Avoid debt that doesn't multiply. Debt can either be a tool or a trap, and most men use it as a trap. There's a difference between debt that builds wealth and debt that buys comfort. Credit card debt, car loans, and consumer financing, they drain your future. But strategic debt used to acquire income-producing assets can be powerful. The question isn't, is debt bad? The question is, does it multiply my money or drain it? If you borrow to build, to invest, or to scale, that's leverage. If you borrow to impress, that's slavery. Every payment you owe to a bank is a piece of your time already sold. Freedom isn't about having more, it's about owing less. So before you take on any debt, ask yourself, will this purchase pay me back, or will it keep me working longer? 12. Surround yourself with financially driven people. You can't grow rich in a poor environment. Energy is contagious, and the people around you silently set your financial thermostat. If your circle spends every weekend partying, you'll spend your money. If your circle talks about business, investing, and freedom, you'll grow. The company you keep shapes your confidence, your standards, and your goals. Don't be afraid to outgrow people who stay comfortable. Real friends push you to level up, not settle down. Find men who are builders, learners, and doers. Iron sharpens iron, but you can't sharpen yourself against soft metal. So ask yourself, who around you challenges your mediocrity and demands your greatness? If no one does, it's time to change the room. 13. Create before you consume. Most men spend their days consuming what others create. Scrolling, watching, reacting. But the men who rise financially are the ones who flip that equation. They create more than they consume. They build businesses, write, design, teach, or innovate. They're producers in a world full of consumers. Every minute you spend creating value is a seed for future income. Every minute you spend consuming without purpose is energy lost. The next time you open your phone, ask, am I building something right now or just feeding someone else's algorithm? When you create, you step into power. When you consume mindlessly, you give that power away. Wealth flows to creators. Always has, always will. 14. Protect and multiply your time. Time is your most valuable currency. More valuable than money because money can be made again, but time can't. The wealthy understand this deeply. They automate, delegate, and eliminate anything that doesn't push their goals forward. If you spend your day reacting to everyone else's demands, you'll never build your own vision. Every yes you say to something unimportant is a no to something essential. The key is to treat your hours like investments. Ask yourself, is this task giving me a return? If not, cut it out. Focus is the ultimate wealth strategy. Protect your time like your bank balance depends on it, because it does. 1 hour of deep focus on the right thing can be worth more than a month of busy distractions. 15. Live below your means, but think beyond them. Frugality isn't about scarcity. It's about discipline. The man who can live well below his income is untouchable. He's calm during recessions, confident in uncertainty, and in control of his future. But there's a deeper layer, thinking beyond your means. That means visualizing the life you want, setting targets beyond your current income, and building systems that take you there. You must balance gratitude with hunger, contentment for what you have, and ambition for what you can create. The man who lives modestly but thinks expansively will always outgrow the man who lives lavishly but thinks small. Don't just dream of wealth, design it, one intentional choice at a time. So here's your reminder, brother. Wealth isn't built overnight, but it's built every night you stay focused. Every morning you wake up with purpose, and every decision you make that aligns with your future self. These 15 pieces of advice aren't theories. They're the framework of every financially free man walking this planet. Apply them, repeat them, and refine them until they become who you are. Because the moment you stop chasing money and start mastering yourself, money starts chasing you. Before you go, I want to ask one question. From where are you watching my videos? Comment it below. I'll give a heart react to your comment and send my best wishes your way. This is Wealth Rise, helping you rise above excuses, above limits, and into the life you were meant to build.